compound interest problems here, guys. So the formula for compound interest is A equals to P times 1 plus R over N to raise to the power N times T. So like we said, for compound interest, it's just about when your money is also making money, but on a periodic basis, okay? Or if you borrow money, that money also, the interest is going to also grow on a periodic basis, all right? So let's take this problem here. So calculate the amount of interest on a $5,000 loan for 1 year at 9% per year compounded semi-annually, okay? So we borrow $5,000 for 1 year, okay? And then the interest rate is what? It's 9%. And then the interest rate is compounded semi-annually. So semi-annually, that means what? Every 6 months. And how many 6 months do we have, in the year? So that means we have 2 of them. So that means N in your formula is going to be equal to 2. And what is T? T is 1 year because it's happening in 1 year. What is P? The principal, that's 5,000. So the first thing we got to find is how much money in total are we going to pay back at the end of that 1 year, okay? Then after that, we can find what? The interest, because that's our final answer. Everybody with me? So we're taking our time right now to understand what's happening, okay? So let's go for it. Now, so we take the formula. So we got to find first the amount, okay? So that would be equals to the principal, which is $5,000 times, so the first thing is to set up the formula, right? And do it well, because if you miss this part, that's it. Your answer is going to come out wrong. So this is 1 plus R, which is what? So that's 9%. Divided by N is what? 2, because we say semi-annually, because we have 6 months in the year. So semi-annually means 6 months. So, okay, so divided by N, which is 2, and then N, so 2 again, times T, which is 1, because that's 1 year. T is 1 year. Everybody with me? All right? Okay, so or sometimes what you can also do if you want to, you can come here and then you can put everything that you know. So you know P, which is 5,000, so you could do that. Okay? You have rate, which is 5%. You know that 9%, sorry, in this case, which is 9%. You know that. What else do we know? N, which is 2, and then T, which is 1. So you know these, so you can put it on the side so that you can always refer to them when you come into the formula, okay? So for me, for example, because I know I'm just going straight at it, but for you guys, you can always pull out the information that you are given so that you are able to work it out, okay? So let's go for it. So this is equal to then $5,000. So then we have 1 plus. So 9% always when it's percent, we got to change to decimal. So if it's a whole number, you just move your decimal place twice to the left. So this one will give us 0.09 because you're moving twice to the left. Because if you move it back twice to the right, you get 9 back. Make sense? Okay, so divided by 2. And then 2 times 1 is 2. All right, so far so good. Now you got to work out what you have inside the parentheses here. Remember, order of operations. That's the reason why we're doing all of these things. So in math, whatever we're doing for the foundation will help us to grow and then solve problems, okay, like this one. So the next thing to do, if you're doing this one at a time, so that means you dividing 0.09 by 2, okay? So we can take our calculator out. Remember, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, but let's just do it here. So 0.09 divided by 2, that would give us what? 0.045, right? So for now, one at a time, so it's 1 plus 0.045, correct? Then still power 2. So now you add these two together, got 5,000. So this one would be 1.045 power 2. So if you're using your calculator, you can put this in straight up Okay, but if you don't feel confident, you know you're going to make mistakes. So do this one first, and then you can multiply your answer by 5,000. So you can do either or. Okay, so we can do 5,000 times, you open your parentheses, 1.045, you close it, all right, and then raise to the power 2. So you end up with 5,460. So it's 125 actually, but so let me put it down first. But you have to, run it. So that would give us what? 5,000. So you have to round it, 5,460 and 13. All right? So that is your amount. But that's not our final answer because we're looking for what? We're looking for the amount of interest. Don't forget about that, okay? So the amount of interest, so that means interest is equal to what? The amount that we just found, which is your future value that you're going to pay back because here we borrowed money minus the principal. So that would be 5,460, $13 minus $5,000. So we end up with what? $460, $13. So that would be the interest that you paid off after borrowing 5,000 as money. Okay? So this is how we do it. Take your time and go back to this. It is not hard, but you have process steps that you got to follow to make sure that we get it right. Okay? All right. So see you soon.